it's Hannah, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm really excited because I'm going to be doing a redo on the Little Mermaid makeup look. So get out your makeup, get out your makeup brushes, and let's go ahead and get right on into this tutorial. Going into my Spoiled Cosmetics Volume 4 eyeshadow palette, I'm going to be taking the light lavender shade in this palette, and I'm taking that onto the Essence. This is the short blender brush. I've actually been really into these brushes ever since I purchased them. So I'm just going to pop the shade into the crease. And I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties today. I haven't filmed in the last couple of days, and it really shows. I had a little bit of trouble setting up my new tripod. I had a little bit of trouble getting my phone angled right. I'm still trying to figure all that out. I don't like how y'all can see the desk, but I really don't see no other way that y'all aren't going to be able to see the desk, because I obviously need the desk to pull up to, and getting a shorter desk just isn't an option. I've tried filming with shorter desks, and the videos never turn out. So I guess I'm just going to have to be a YouTuber that you see my workstation, and I guess that's going to be okay. So I'm going to go back into the palette and get a little bit more of the shadow to work with over on this side. So as you can see, you just need to plop a light lavender shadow into the crease. Now this look is very, very simple, especially when we draw the fins. Like, it's very, very simple. If you can do a V, you can do the fins. Like, seriously, it's not that hard. So I got the shadow placed. Now what I'm going to do is quickly just brush off my brush. After I film today, I'm going to be washing my brushes because they desperately need it. Now I'm going to go into just a plain old blending brush with nothing on it. And I'm going to further diffuse out that crease color and just get that nice and blended and make it look a little bit more softer. Now, I did do a Little Mermaid look back when I first started introducing colorful looks here on my channel. And I just really did not like the way that look turned out. It didn't look anything like the Little Mermaid at all. And then they used it in my Born Different documentary, and I got a lot of hate for it, and I really was not proud of it. And here's the thing, if I take it down, it will actually affect my views because it is a really viewed video because it was featured in the Born Different documentary. So I'm kind of going to have to leave it, but it's fine. I want this one to be the mermaid look that I'm known for, so that's why I'm redoing it. Going into my Makeup Revolution and Reloaded a Visionary palette, what I'm going to do is take the shimmer purple shade and just apply that to the lid. And like I said, this look is very, very easy to do and achieve. You literally just need 2 shadows on the lid and you're done. So I'm just going to pop this on to the lid and see how pretty and just metallic it is. It is absolutely gorgeous. And it is the perfect shade. So obviously this is going to be like Ariel's top because her top is purple, her swimsuit top. And then on the bottom we're going to represent her little fins. So I'm really excited for that. This is also the same look too that I did on my TikTok when I did the little Disney princess inspired makeup looks. I'm going to upload that short. Actually that short will actually be up on my channel, so that way y'all can watch that and kind of get a feel. So this is me recreating that look for y'all, so that way if you were curious about it, you could recreate it at home, maybe for Halloween, a costume party, I don't know. Halloween is obviously a long ways away, and I probably should have saved this look for then, but it's okay. You know what? Sometimes you just have to do things early, and that is just what I'm doing. And I do have more looks coming for y'all over on my TikTok with the princess thing. I have a ton of ideas for my makeup TikTok, and I'm so excited. So now that I have the lid color placed, obviously it looks kind of blocky, and that's normal. That's how your shadow is supposed to look. We're going to go back into a blending brush. This is just the blender brush from Essence. And this little brush right here, this comes from Amazon in a set. I just like it for a lid brush. It doesn't do half bad. Now what I'm going to go in and do is just kind of just smudge the two colors together and kind of drag the shimmer just a little ways into the crease so that way there's not a harsh line. You just want everything to be nice and blended. You don't want any ugly gaps or spaces or anything like that. You just want everything to be nice and cohesive. So make sure that it is nicely blended. And you can go in circular motions or you can use a windshield wiper motions. I recommend kind of doing both motions. It just kind of helps blend out the shadow a lot quicker and it makes the process a little bit easier. Alright, now it's time to curl the lashes, and I'm really excited because I always love curling my lashes. I don't know why, but I just do. Sometimes when I don't wear makeup on some days, I'll just come over to my vanity and I will curl my lashes because I have this really weird thing about curling my lashes. I don't know why, but I just do. So, yeah, it's kind of weird and random about me, but I just feel like I'm just obsessed with curling my lashes. I feel like I probably should be on my strange addiction. Like, she has an addiction to curling her lashes. She curls her lashes like 20 times a day. That'll kind of be a funny episode. I did, however, watch on Hulu the episode of the woman that is addicted to makeup because someone recommended it to me. And I have to say, it's a pretty funny episode. And it's funny. And I liked it. I'm going to use the Nars Climax Extreme Mascara now on the upper lashes. It's funny and I liked it, but here's the thing. People are like low-key making fun of this woman. And honestly, it's her face. She can do whatever she wants to with it. I was a little concerned when she said that she spends a good bit of her money on makeup before she pays her bills. That part made me a little concerned. I was like, as a fellow makeup lover, I love makeup, but I don't think that I would buy makeup before paying my bills. But that's just me, especially if I had children. That's kind of like the only part that I had an issue with it with. But other than that, I mean, honey, you're free to do whatever. If you want to wear green eyeliner, go right ahead. Who's going to stop you? Honestly, I thought the green liner kind of looked really pretty on her. But if you haven't seen that episode, you definitely should check it out if you have Hulu, because it's kind of crazy. I love the show. Honestly, I don't really feel like there are a few episodes where I'm like, okay, that's a little much. But for the most part, it's just people that have hobbies. And I think that having a hobby and something that you're very passionate about is a good thing. And I don't really think that it should be looked at as a negative, like the show's trying to point it out to me. Like, some of it, like I said, is a little creepy. Like, the people that like to pretend like they're babies, that's creepy. But everything else, though, like, all the other people that just collect things, let them collect things. Like I said, everybody needs a hobby to keep them busy, so what's the issue? It's time for lashes. So for the lashes that I used for the Little Mermaid book, I just used these. These are the Profusion Oh Darling lashes. The reason I use these is because they're just natural and they're wispy. So they're not overly dramatic or anything. And I just kind of wanted like a soft, wispy, natural looking lash for this look when I did it over on my TikTok, because I didn't want it to be so out there. All the princess looks, I always use a wispy lash. It just looks better. It just looks more natural. And it just looks more princessy, I guess you could say. So for the applicator, I'm going to use my little lash applicator from Beauty Big Bang. And I'm going to use my Kiss Strip of Lash Adhesive Glue as my glue. Alrighty, y'all. So we are going to be finishing up the complexion before we finish the eyes. Now that the eyes are finished on the upper half, so what I'm going to do is prime the skin using the Ulta Beauty. This is the mattifying face primer. I just wanted a good mattifying primer because the foundation that I'm going to be using here in a bit, it can kind of be a little glowy. So I'm going to pair it with a more mattifying primer. And I'm just going to be using about that much product onto the face. You really don't need that much. You just need a little bit. And I'm mostly just going to be concentrating this onto the forehead area. And really just kind of like a little bit on the face. But I'm really going to be mostly concentrating it onto the forehead. Just to mattify the forehead, because the forehead gets really, really oily. As you probably can tell, my forehead, it stays pretty oily. That is where I have the most oil, is through there. I don't really get oily through my T-zone. I mostly just get oily through my forehead, which is really, I don't know, it's kind of strange to me. I don't know why that is. This primer smells a little funky, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's supposed to smell like that or if this has gone bad. That kind of worries me. Did I just put that on my face? Hopefully that did not go bad, because it smells kind of, it doesn't smell bad. It just kind of smells like Fox perfumey, like artificial perfume. If what I'm saying makes sense. So that's kind of concerning. I should have checked that out, but it doesn't have a date on it though. Like the primer doesn't, for when it goes bad. Oh well. I'm going to go into the Huda Beauty. This is their Fox Filter Foundation in the shade Angel Food. I don't remember at the top of my head what this actual foundation is called. I think it's called the Fox Filter Foundation. But I'm just going to use this today because I want to use it. I haven't used it in a while. And I'm going to be applying it with the Real Techniques Complexion Sponge. Now I'm going into my Colourpop No Filter Concealer, now that I have the foundation on. As you can tell, it is a really good full coverage foundation, so that's why I wanted to use it today. And I like to conceal a few places on my face. So first I kind of like do a dot here under my eye. I do another one here to kind of like lift my eye. I learned that trick off of TikTok. I'm going to do like this contouring tutorial soon that I saw over on TikTok because it looks really cool. And I want to test it out for myself. So be on the lookout for that video coming here in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to order my contour stick that I want to use for the video, because the person in the video uses the Wet n Wild contour stick, and I cannot find that contour stick anywhere in my local Walmart. By the way, I conceal the center of my forehead and the center of my chin just to brighten everything up, because this concealer is a shade or two lighter than my natural skin tone. Now I'm going to go back into my Real Techniques sponge and just blend out that concealer. And as you can see, it just does a really good job at just kind of brightening up the complexion, which is why I really like it. Let's see, what's some other concealers that I really like? I liked the Ready Set Gorgeous concealer from Covergirl, but sadly that brand from Covergirl has been discontinued, which really sucks because I actually really liked that brand from them, or that line from them. I liked the foundation in that range. I liked the concealer. So that kind of sucks that got discontinued, but you know, life goes on. It's just makeup, you know. So now I'm going to blend out my under eye concealer with the tip of the sponge. I have to say, I like the Real Techniques sponges. I just have a hard time with this part right here, because as you're about to see, like, it's not super tiny, so it's kind of hard to get up underneath my eye and blend out the concealer, but I definitely try my best to conceal my under eye, but it's just a little hard because it's just so tiny or so big, and my under eye is just so freaking tiny, but I definitely try to make it work. I still really like the Real Techniques sponges, and I definitely think that if you try them out for yourself, you probably would too. I feel like most of you probably have tried out the Real Techniques sponges, and you probably are like, yeah, Hannah, we know about that sponge girl. We're good. We know about her. But I'm just kind of like giving you some advice, you know, in case you haven't, in case I do have someone here on my channel that is very, very new at makeup. Maybe you don't really know these things. So I'm just trying to help you out. That's all. Don't get mad. Get glad. I'm just trying to help you, okay? Okay. So, I'm just going to blend out this concealer and just kind of let it do its magic. And as you can see, my under eye just looks more brightened, and it just kind of looks a little bit more lifted. Not super, super lifted, but, you know, you get the effect, right? So it just looks really pretty. And I like that particular concealer because I always have to use my finger to blend out this little part right here so I don't mess up my eyeshadow. But I like that concealer as well, this concealer, because it doesn't crease underneath my eye. And it stays in place all day. It doesn't crack or anything like that. I love this concealer. I have absolutely no complaints about it. Now I'm going to go into my Tarte Amazonian Clay powder. This is just their finishing powder, and I absolutely love this powder. It's a very lightweight powder, but it does really good at setting the under eye in place if you need that in your life. So that's why I'm going to be using it today. I'm just going to be using it with this little powder brush right here from the brand Up and Up, and all I really do is just set my under eye. I don't set my whole face with powder anymore. I used to do that, but I just don't do it anymore, just simply because I like the rest of my makeup set my powder out, my foundation in place, because I use powder products. I use powder, bronzer, blush, highlight, that type of thing. I also do powder the center of my forehead as well, because like I said, I do get oily there, and I do powder my forehead throughout the day. But other than that, I don't really powder like everywhere anymore. I used to do that back when I first started my channel. That's how I was personally like taught how to do makeup by my mom and just a couple other people. And even though nobody on YouTube did it that way, I used to think that that's what worked best for me. So that's why I did it. And I still do things that's like works best for me. And maybe it's not the way that everybody else does things, but that's just the beauty of life. You know, you do what works for you and nobody else. You are in charge of your destiny, and you are in charge of your life. So now that we are completely set into place, let's go ahead and do the lower lash line. Alright, so I placed an order on beautycreations.com, and I ordered their new colored bases. They had these new colored eye bases, and I got the trio in the shade H2O, and it just has a teal primer and two different liners with it. It has a gel and a pencil liner, and I'm going to be using the pencil liner today if I can get this out of the packaging. I'm going to be using the teal liner today in the Waterline. It's actually not a teal. It's more on the lines of an aquamarine, and that's actually what it's called. It's in the shade aquamarine. This is just a gel pencil, and I'm just going to run this in the Waterline, and I'm really excited about it because this is the very first time that I have ever used this pencil. I don't know if this sharpens or if it twists. I think it sharpens, but I'm just going to be running this along with the Waterline. I'm really excited. I've never used this before, so maybe it will be nice and pigmented, and it is. I actually really like it. It's like a light teal aquamarine. It's really, really pretty. I hope that maybe you can see it on camera. That's just what it looks like. And this is going to represent the ocean. That's what this is going to represent for us, is the ocean. And it's really, really pretty. I love it. Oh my goodness. I'm really impressed. I have never really tried any of the Beauty Creations eyeliners. I used to have a shadow trio from them that I bought at TJ Maxx, and I used to really, really like it, and then I used it all up. I think that's probably like one of the rare eyeshadow products that I've ever completely used up. I used up pretty much all of the neutral shades one time in an e.l.f. palette, and now I get to say that I used up an entire little Beauty Creations eyeshadow trio. I'm pretty sure it was from Beauty Creations. It might not have been. I might be getting it mixed up on that, but I'm pretty sure it was. So I liked this little gel liner pencil. I placed an order last night for a black one because I'm needing a good black eyeliner. So I placed an order last night for their black gel pencil liner, so I'm really excited. Now that I tested out this one, and I know this one works and it's really nice, now I'm really excited for the black liner to get here as well. So now let's move on and let's do the fins. And I'm so excited for this part right here. So what I'm going to do is going into my Profusion Spectrum palette, I'm going to take the shade Peacock. Peacock is just a really nice teal color, and it looks exactly the same shade as Ariel's fin. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take it onto this e.l.f. Small Precision brush. How you draw the tail is you take any small precision brush like this, make sure it is completely flat. So the very first thing that you're going to do is you're going to take that shadow and you are going to go in a straight line, just like you normally would when doing your lower lash line. Okay? I'm going to personally drag the shadow just a little bit ways out. Kind of winging it out. Kind of do it at an angle, kind of like that, okay? Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get more shadow. And I might have to go back over where I ringed it out because you kind of can't see it. Because I didn't really have that much shadow left on my brush. So what I'm going to do is just kind of sharpen up that wing right there. Okay? And I'm going to go and I'm going to make a V. So I'm just going to do like this. I'm just going to do like that. Can you see it? Can you see it? Like, that's just how you're going to do. You're just going to kind of do a V, kind of, sort of, you know? And because it is shadow, you're probably going to have to go back over it just a few more times to get it precisely like how you want it to look. But yeah, this is how you're going to do. This is how you're going to do your little wing. Or your little fin. And like I said, you can go back over it a few times and just kind of touch it up, but that's just how I like to do them. Alright, so I went off camera and I kind of like made the little fins more intense, but I really like the way that they look. They look super, super cute underneath the lower lash line. They really do look like little mermaid fins. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the inner corner because I didn't do that in the original Ariel look, and I probably should have done that just to make it look a little bit more pretty. So I'm going to go into my Makeup Revolution highlighter. I'm going to use this highlighter in a minute on the face, but this is just any shade it set to the tone, and it's just a really pretty white highlighter. It is just absolutely stunning. So I'm going to take it onto this little lip brush. I use this for a little inner corner highlight brush. That's just what I like to use this brush for. And I'm just going to highlight the inner corner just to kind of make everything look more bright and just kind of more out there. Just kind of give it more of like a statement piece, I guess you could say. Just kind of make it stand out a little bit more. So that's just what I'm going to do. And I'm just like obsessed with my little fins that I made. Like, I was really stressing it. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do that again or not. And I actually like these fins a lot better than I did my first fins. Because I feel like these look more realistic. Because I kind of drug them down a little bit further. And a mermaid's tail is kind of like more extended. So that's kind of like what I wanted to represent with this little tail. So that's just what I did. And I am in love. Like, I love it. I think it looks really pretty. So now that we have the inner corner highlight done, I'm going to hunt my mascara. And we're going to do some mascara on the lower lashes. I think it's right here. And it is. So I'm going to go back into my little Nars Climax Extreme Mascara. It's an okay mascara. I'm not going to say it's a favorite, but it's okay and it gets the job done. But my absolute favorite would be the Lash Princess from Essence. That is like my absolute favorite mascara. Like, holy girl status. If I run out of that mascara, I freak out about it. Like, I have to have that mascara in my collection. Because it's so good. It gives you such voluminized, really, really long lashes. It just makes your lashes really intense, which I really love. So that is like my all-time favorite. And it's really affordable too. It's at Ulta and it's only $4. So now we're going to move on to the rest of the face. And before we finish up the rest of the face, I thought I would come over here and show y'all the Mermaid fins. So that's just what they look like. They look really pretty, and they're really easy to do with just any plain old teal eyeshadow that you have in a small precision brush. Like I said, just do a little V, and you'll be good to go. And just make sure that you kind of like extend it out just a little bit farther, so that way it looks realistic to a real mermaid tail. Like a mermaid look, I thought that I would bring out my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, since it smells like coconuts, and it just smells like the beach. And I am so excited because my mom just texted me. I'm going to use my little Essence bronzer brush. My mom just texted me and told me that we are getting a Five Below in our town, and I am so excited because I went to a Five Below in Panama City, Beach, Florida, a couple of years ago, and I absolutely fell in love with it. It was so cool. And we don't have a Five Below in my town because my town's really small. We don't really get like any of the cool like places to shop at. We don't even have a Target. We have a Walmart, and that's pretty much it. And our TJ Maxx isn't even really that impressive, and they don't even keep our TJ Maxx like that stocked. So that's not really a fun place to go either. So I'm like really, really pumped that we are getting a Five Below. I hope that they'll keep this one like really in stock, and that it'll have all the cool stuff that all the other Five Belows have in them, because ever since like TikTok, I have been dying to go back to Five Below and find all the things that people talk about on TikTok. So yeah, I'll probably do a vlog when it opens. It didn't have an opening date on the page that my mom sent me or anything, but when it does, I'm going and I'll vlog it for y'all, because I just feel like everybody needs a Five Below experience in their life. If you don't know what a Five Below is, for any of my non-American viewers, a Five Below is a store where everything is literally $5 or under. My sign back there in the background that says spread kindness, I actually got that at Five Below, and it's just a little letter sign that you can change up the letters to. It comes with like a bunch of other letters, and like you can make it say like different things, and it actually lights up, but I don't keep it lit up for my videos just because I have to raise my chair to get all the way up there, because it's like really tall. It's not that really tall thing back there. So it doesn't really get turned on that often, and it also doesn't get changed out often either, because I just kind of like leave it, because why not? Everybody should spread kindness, so it's not really a message that like hurts anything. So yes, I got that from Five Below, and that very first time that I went, I got a big bag of sour gummy worms, and I split it with my brother. And I got a shirt that I ended up giving away to a friend because it didn't fit me, but it was really cute. I don't know, I got like a bunch of things in there. I got some sheet mask in there that time that I went. It was just really cool. It's like a really cool place. It's like, yeah, it's like dollar store gimmicky, but like the products aren't like cheap. Like, they're cheap, but they're not cheap quality, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's just a really cool store. They got, like, a bunch of cool stuff in there. So, I am really excited, as you probably can tell, for this Five Below. That is awesome. They're really working on trying to get more things in my town, so I could not be more happier right now. Like, that just made my entire day. As you probably can tell, I am a shopaholic, so any place that I can go dump a bunch of money at, I'm down for it. I don't remember what blush I used for the Ariel look. I don't remember, so I'm just going to use this. This is my Essence Mosaic Blush in the shade All You Need Is Pink. This is my favorite blush. I freaking love this blush. It is just so, so pretty. It has different little shades of pink in here, and it's more of like a mauve toned blush, but I mean, hey, who cares? I don't. So we're going to use this today on the apples of the cheeks. And it's just a nice blush. I will say this, that I go really heavy-handed with my blush, and then I blend it out and I buff it out with a different brush. I do that for my bronzer too, because I find that those products always wear off of the face a lot quicker. So if you kind of layer more on, and then you kind of like take the time to buff it out, it doesn't absorb off of the face as quickly, or it doesn't go off of the face as quickly. So that's personally why I like to do that, but you can do whatever you see fit. I know I always repeat myself in every single video, but I don't ever want to pressure my subscribers into feeling like just because I'm doing something, you have to do it too. Because there's been YouTubers that I was subscribed to that would make me feel like I had to do things a certain way because they were doing them a certain way. And it just really took me a long time to realize that something that works for them might not work for me, and vice versa with y'all. Something that works for me might not work for y'all watching this video. So I don't ever want to come across as like, oh, you need to do this. Like, I'll give you the tip, but if you don't want to take it, it's no skin off my back. Like, I really don't care. Now we're going back into that Makeup Revolution highlighter in the shade that's Set to the Tone, and this is just, like I said, it is my favorite highlighter at the moment, along with my Jaclyn Hill highlighter, but it might actually be a little bit debunked for this one, because this one's like a really good highlighter, especially for the price too. It's not bad. It's only $8. I'm going to go into my cheek brush for my highlight brush. By the way, this brush was from eBay. I forgot to mention like where my brushes were from, but anyway, I'm just going to highlight to the cheekbone, and I'm just kind of going to lift this up just a little bit, and as you can tell, it gives you like a really pretty glow. Like, it is just out of this world. I really, really like it. So it's more on my face, and I'm going to keep using it. I want to order another Jaclyn Hill highlighter. I want to order the shade Iced next. I don't know why, but I just want to have like that shade. So I might order that next month. I really want to order one of her liquid lipsticks. I'm trying to have like all of her products and then do like a big video of me like testing out her products. I know she said she's going to be releasing more as the year continues, so I'm really excited to see like what she releases next, because that'll be really cool to see. I hope she'll do like an eyeshadow palette. I don't know. I know she mentioned a while ago on her Insta stories that she was working on primers and she was working on setting sprays. And that was close to like the time of the lipstick scandal. But I really hope that she'll release those. That'll be really cool to have. I'm not huge on setting sprays, but I do like me a good primer. So I'll definitely check out the primer, but I'll probably skip on the setting spray just because I don't really get why you need a setting spray, honestly. I've used setting sprays, and again, going back to the whole influencer, like kind of convincing you that you need this, you need that. They convinced me that I needed setting spray, and honestly, it doesn't do anything. And every setting spray that I've tried has broke me out. So, yeah. Okay, now it is time for lips. So, first what I'm going to do is line my lips with my Covergirl lip liner. These are the Expedis lip liners, and this is in the shade Cherry Red. And then I'm going to go over the top of it with the Kylie Jenner lipstick in the shade Boss. This is just a matte red lipstick. I used a red lipstick in the original Ariel look, and whenever people do Ariel looks, they always pair it with a red lip. I just think it looks pretty, and it just looks more Little Mermaid aesthetic. But if you're not comfortable doing a red lip, you can always do a nude lip. But if you want it to look more, because this is supposed to look costumey, this isn't supposed to obviously be wearable. I mean, listen, you can go out in public with your mermaid fins. I probably would, honestly. But, you know, this is supposed to look costumey, so this isn't supposed to be something that you wear, like, every single day. So that's why I'm doing a red lip. But if you want it to be a bit more wearable, for whatever reasoning, you can adjust it and not wear a red lip with it. I'm not saying that red lips aren't wearable, because they are. But, you know, just if you want to tweak this part, you can. You can tweak any part that you want to. You don't have to do this exactly like how I'm doing it. Alright, else, I just finished off this look with my pearls because every mermaid needs her pearls, and especially Ariel. So I really hope that you all did enjoy this video. I had a lot of fun creating this makeup look right here. If you haven't already, do 2 things for me before you leave. Number 1, give this video a big thumbs up down below because it helps me out a ton. And number 2, you can also give me a subscribe if you haven't already. I am here for you with new videos every Thursdays, Saturdays, Mondays, and Tuesdays, except for this past Tuesday. And that's only because I had a doctor's appointment. I didn't have time to film Tuesday's video. But please do come back and join me on Saturday at 6 o'clock. I'm going to be reviewing the Lizzie McGuire and Colourpop collaboration, and I'm so excited. I finally got my palette in the mail, and my other Colourpop order will be here in a couple of days. And so on my Beauty Creations other order, I have a shopping problem. But anyway, I have a ton of stuff coming up here shortly that I want to review for y'all and test out. So you're definitely going to want to check out my channel and come back and have all of this fun with me, because it's pretty boring to have fun by yourself. You know, like, you need someone to join in and watch with you. So be sure to come back and check that out. You can also give me a follow over on my social media handles as well. It's a great way to keep up with me. It's a great way to keep tabs on me. It's a great way to keep a lookout for when I do post and upload new videos, because YouTube doesn't always do the greatest job at reminding you when I do post and upload it. So be sure to go down below and give me a follow over on all of my social media handles, because this is a great way to keep up with me. So yeah, I will see you all in Saturday's video when we test out the Lizzie McGuire palette. And I'm so excited because Lizzie McGuire was literally my whole childhood. So it's going to be very, very nostalgic for me, and I'm super pumped about it. So be sure to come back and watch that video, because I'm going to have a ton of fun, and I might even get a little teary-eyed trying it out. But anyway, I will see you all then. Bye, my little unicorn.